Masks are an essential part of our After Effects work. Creating masks for rotoscoping, special effects, copying and pasting from Photoshop and Illustrator become an indispensable part of our After Effects work. There are some effects that we cannot do unless we use paths. So, without any delay, let's get to masks and paths in After Effects. Paths and masks are usually what is used to create vector images. Vector images are mathematical equations. So, like we discussed before, no matter how much you scale them up, they will always look nice. They will never look pixelated or blurred. Raster images, on the other hand, are made of pixels. So a font in After Effects, for example, text, will be considered vector, and a picture or a video will be considered raster. When we talk about paths and the pen tool, we usually refer to as vector files. Let's go ahead and create a new composition. Use the preset for DV and click OK. Let's create now a solid. Layer, New, Solid, or use the shortcut Control or Command Y. Green is good. If you need to change the color, just click on that color swatch there and change it to whatever you want. Click OK. And now click OK again. The tools that we use to create masks are these: rectangle tool, click and hold, rounded rectangle, ellipse, polygon, and star, or the pen tool, which is the one right next to it. You can use the pen tool, the add vertex tool, delete, and of course the convert vertex tool, which we saw when we were dealing with keyframe interpolation. To create something with the pen tool, you can click, move the tool, click again, move the tool, click again. Notice that it's making straight lines. If you just click and drag, then the Bezier handles come out and you get a curve instead of a straight line. So you can either create corners or curves when you're dealing with the pen tool. To close it, notice that when I place the pen tool on top of the first vertex that I created, there's a little circle to the right of it. That means if I click, I will close the path, and there you go, I have my shape. The other tools work like so. You can select the rectangle tool and then just draw your rectangle. If you want to constrain this to an actual square, press and hold the Shift key, and there you go. The ellipse tool is the same way. Click and drag. If you want to have a perfect circle, press and hold the Shift key, and there you go, perfect circle. Select the layer, that just means click on it, and press the letter M for mask. This will show you the masks that you have, in this case 3 of them, and the property of the mask called Mask Path. Let's go ahead and select all 3 of these masks and press Delete to get rid of them. Other ways of having masks or paths in After Effects is to copy them from Photoshop or Illustrator. So let's go ahead and navigate to Illustrator. Alt or Command Tab will switch open applications. If you don't have Illustrator, don't worry about it, just follow along. Let's go ahead and create a new document, video and film document. Just go ahead and click, accept the defaults, and just click OK. Let's go ahead under View. Let's hide the transparency grid. There you go, much better. All right, let's go ahead and grab the pencil tool and write something with it. I'll just write the word Adobe. Please pardon my handwriting. Let's go ahead and copy this. Control or Command C, copies. And go back to After Effects. Alt or Command Tab will switch in between open applications. Go ahead and grab your selection tool, click on the layer, and paste. Control or Command V. And there you go. Your mask is just pasted between Illustrator and After Effects. Let's go ahead and delete this mask. Just click on it and press Delete. There you go. Make sure you actually select the whole mask. And let me just draw a couple more masks in here. Make sure that the layer is selected, because if it's not selected, you're actually creating shape layers. Let me just show you. Let me click on the empty space here to deselect, and I'll just draw a circle now. That's a new shape layer. Let's click on it and hit Delete. Select the actual solid, and now draw, and there you go. Now you have an actual mask. Make sure the layer is selected, press M for mask. There's some of these properties that I'd like to show you. First is the mask's name. collapse and expand it again. You can retype any name you want. All you have to do is select on it and press Return or Enter and type in whatever name you want. Circle, in this case. There you go. There's the mask path. That's the actual yellow line that you see. The feathering of the masks, pretty much the same as in Photoshop. That just goes from what is selected or opaque to what is transparent in increments measured by pixels. Opacity, self-explanatory, and expansion. That just makes the actual mask bigger or smaller. If you want to reset any of these values, just select them, right-click and select Reset. There you go, including the mask. The default state of a mask is usually the size and shape of the layer that it is on. Let's go ahead and delete this one and create another circle. Let's create another circle right here. The reason I want to show you that is because masks have different transparency modes. Add, subtract, intersect, lighten and darken for when they have different transparency or opacity values, and of course, difference. Let's go ahead and select these and delete them. You can pretty much draw any mask you want. Let's mask these. You can use the pen tool as well. And as long as the layer is selected, you're literally creating new masks in the same layer. Let's select the last 3 masks that we created and change their transparency mode to subtract. All right, and there you have it.